Hey everyone, my name is Jeremy Pratt. I'm a captain paramedic here at Monterey County Regional Fire. We thought we'd take this opportunity to give you a tour through our Type 1 fire engine and show you what it can do and different components that we have inside of it. Right, so we're going to work our way around the outside of the engine and then we'll finish off inside the cab. Right here we have our pump panel. These are all different handles, valves that we use to get water into the hoses. This yellow hose we hook up to our fire hydrants so we can get water into our pump, and then we pull these to send it out to where the firefighters squirt the water. We also have some more hoses up here which are loaded so we can deploy them really fast and get into houses or wherever the fire is at to attack the fire. Over here we have our what we call the engineer's compartment. Lots of different adapters and appliances. For the kids out there, you kind of think about these as puzzle pieces. So if you've ever put together a puzzle or Legos, these are adapters that we can use to go from large hoses to small hoses, or from small hoses to large hoses. So in this compartment we have this is our RIC bag. So we use this bag if a firefighter gets trapped in a building and we need to go in and rescue one of our fellow firefighters. It's got all the tools in there for us to hopefully be successful in that. We also have some other tools if we need to get into a house or pull different types of material around in a house. We can do that. Hopefully you're familiar with this. We have an extinguisher in case we need to put out any other types of fires, small fires. Down here we have extra cylinders. These go on our SCBAs, which are backpacks that we wear that we can breathe out of. In this compartment, we have a generator on this fire engine, so we can turn that on, and then we have all of our lights and really long extension cords so we can stretch lighting. A lot of times we're out in the dark and we need light so we can see what we're doing. So we've got all the lights and extension cords in here, cones, traffic cones, so we can stay safe. Our wheel chocks that we use to make sure the engine doesn't roll away. And this is a big fan, similar to the fan if you have one in your house. We can get that started to push all the smoke out of someone's house if they have a lot of smoke in there. This is similar to the engineer compartment that we started with. We've got different appliances down here. We've got some tools so we can open up our fire hydrants. We also have some other nozzles. This flows like a lot of water, so if we had a really large fire we could deploy this nozzle that can be left alone and put water on the fire. Circular saw, so sometimes we have to cut through gates or different types of metal, and we can utilize that. We have a chainsaw, which we use for trees, or if we have to cut a ventilation hole in a roof, which helps for firefighter safety and helps us put out the fire and see better when we're inside there. On this particular engine, we have our ladders right in the back here. They go right through the center of our tank, so all the water that we carry on our fire engines around it, and these ladders get stored right in between. On some of our other fire engines, you'll see them on the outside. So up here, we'll start on this side. Similar to the yellow hose that we saw over by our pump panel, this is our yellow hose that we hook up to the fire hydrant. We've got a lot of hose in here, so if our fire hydrant's a long ways away, we've got plenty of hose to make that connection. We also have in here some similar to this hose in this pack. It's just in a backpack, our wildland hose. So sometimes we have to put on these backpacks to go up a mountain and we can move our hose up the hill. Back here we've got our Stokes basket. So if we have to haul somebody up a hill or down a hill, we put them in the Stokes basket so they're safe. In this compartment we have our auto extrication tools. Many people refer to them as the jaws of life. So if somebody gets in a car accident and we need to cut them, get them out of the car, we can utilize these tools. For the kids out there, really similar to kind of like a can opener. Basically, we can manipulate the metal to bend it and get people out. We also carry these airbags, which hook up to a machine in here and actually hook into our cylinders that we saw on the other side of the engine, but we also have them over here. So we can inflate these with air, so if someone's trapped under a really heavy object, we can lift up the object with this. Okay, in this compartment we have our medical gear. We're ALS engines, advanced life support with paramedics on all of our Type 1 engines. So we carry quite a bit of gear. If you want to see more about this gear, we have an ambulance video with Hunter, one of our firefighters, where he goes through a little more detailed all the different pieces of equipment in here. So this is the inside of our fire engine. We're going to go ahead and climb inside, and I'm going to show you all the stuff we have in there. Starting here, we have axe and different tools, so if we need to get inside of a house that's locked, we can get in there. Flashlights, different medical components. If you climb in here, we have our backpacks. These are our SCBAs, self-contained breathing apparatus. So these are our backpacks that you see the firefighters wearing. If you check out one of our other videos with firefighter Mario, he puts on all of his gear, and you can see that in that video. We have different, a bunch of headsets that we wear in here so we can hear each other talking. When we're going down the road with the sirens on, it's really loud, so this allows all the people in the fire engine to talk to each other and also hear the radio. Alright, so this is where the engineer sits. The engineer is the person who drives the fire engine. A lot of these components in here are very similar to what you'd find in your vehicle at home. Off to the right here, we've got a lot of switches. This is how we actually switch to drive and reverse. This is how we turn on our lights. The generator that we were talking about earlier with the extension cords, this is how we turn that on. We've got our radio up here and our siren. And as I mentioned, we have these headsets, same headsets we have in the back, so we put these on so we can hear each other talk. On the front right of our fire engine is where the fire captain sits. In this seat, the fire captain will talk on the radio. So we have our radio here. They'll also assist with the siren so that the engineer can focus on driving. We also have in the front a thermal imaging camera, a TIC. This gives us heat signatures on people we may be searching for inside a structure or outside. We also have an iPad, which you may or may not have at home. This is what we use when we get a 911 call. We hop on this to give us directions to where the emergency's at, and it shows us all the information we need as far as hydrants and different layouts of some larger commercial structures to really help out the fire captain in coming up with a plan on how to effectively handle any type of emergency. So really helpful tool, and we'll head out to the front. All right, last part of our tour, we have a fire hose in the front of our engine. So if we need to put out any type of fires, we can pull our engine up close to it and stretch this hose to put water on it. And that concludes our tour of our Type 1 engine here at the Mid-Valley Fire Station at Monterey County Regional Fire. And I appreciate you taking the time to join us. We have a lot of other really good videos on YouTube of different types of equipment and other stuff that we do for our community. So please check those out, and thank you for joining me today. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.